What if the greatest invention in human history wasn't created to replace us, but to help us discover something we've forgotten about ourselves? Welcome to Eternal Act, where we explore timeless wisdom of consciousness, nature of reality, and the human potential. I resisted artificial intelligence for a long time. Paradoxically, I now use it, and I do find it very useful. I argued with friends who believed it was the greatest invention humanity had ever created. Because to me, it seemed we are moving toward a future where something human might be lost. I asked questions like, would creativity still matter? Would knowledge lose its value? Were we creating something that would eventually replace us? The more I resisted AI, the more I eventually realized that my resistance had very little to do with technology. Perhaps that's natural. Every transformative invention was accompanied by uncertainty. I'm old enough to remember when people questioned the internet. Many were worried that it would isolate us, overwhelm us with information, or fundamentally change the way we lived. And in many ways it did. But over time, it became part of everyday life. We can hardly imagine the world without it now. The more questions I asked about AI, however, the more my questions showed me that my own assumptions were not really about AI. My questions were helping me understand something deeper about the beliefs and assumptions about what it means to be human. So it wasn't about getting the answer, really. I stopped questioning AI and I started questioning myself. Why was I resisting it? What exactly did I believe I was protecting? The answer wasn't as obvious as I first imagined. It took some time, it took some contemplating, and it took some facing uncomfortable truths about who I believed myself to be. I thought I was protecting artists, writers, teachers, and the deeply human act of creation. But the longer I sat with the question, the more I realized that the threat of AI wasn't about humanity's existence. It was an idea about what it means to be human. For most of our history, we've measured ourselves by what we can do. We have achieved remarkable things as human beings: the ability to learn, the ability to invent and create, the ability to solve problems, and the ability to build incredible civilizations. And we pass that knowledge from one generation to the next. But think about it, without realizing it, these abilities became our identity. We stopped seeing intelligence as something that we express, and we now believe it is who we are. With perfection, the machine writes and creates art. It composes beautiful music. It solves complex problems within seconds. It skyrocketed scientific and medical pursuits and discoveries already. This is the turning point of our greatest invention, where our oldest assumptions begin to crack. We assume that intelligence was the defining characteristics of being human. But if intelligence can be surpassed, then another question I ask: if intelligence can be reproduced and creativity can already be imitated, and if knowledge is no longer exclusively human, then what have we been calling human all this time? This is a question about identity. Imagine that every skill and talent you have could one day be replicated and done better. Would something essential about you actually disappear? Or would only the image you have built of yourself get dismantled? I sat with that question and I realized there was something I had overlooked. The works of art that have moved me most were never perfect. The music that stayed with me expressed its composer's vulnerabilities. That same composition that transcended boundaries and rules. A musical note that doesn't quite fit but is deliberately placed there by higher intelligence flowing through that composer. Those seeming imperfections allowed me as a listener to notice and relate to them on a level that I could not have described with words. When I listen to music, I barely remember perfection. I remember the hesitation before a note resolves. I hear a harmony or a resolution I would never expect. That's where another human life becomes visible. Or a painting. If we come up close enough to a painting, we notice each brush stroke, which becomes something we recognize as a lived story of that painter. I rarely look at the image first. I follow the movement of another human hand. It's evidence that someone stood there before me expressing something that the words could not. Or a novel. The stories that have stayed with me were never the ones with the most flawless sentences. They stayed with me because another human being was trying to express something that words could never fully contain. Through these pages, I was able to experience a life I have never lived, to step into another person's joys, fears, struggles, or even into worlds that could only exist in imagination. Within that, the experience became my own, and somewhere in that meeting of two lives, something within me resonated. Perhaps this is why art touches our soul. We're not only admiring the creation, we're also recognizing ourselves within it, with all of its deliberate flaws and imperfections. A story is told by another human being. Those stories that tell us about hesitation, or maybe longing, or uncertainty of every human being. How about joy and love, or heartbreak and pain? The imperfections that shaped another human's life, when they're visible, they also illuminate our own. Meaning doesn't come from perfection, at least not for me. Perfection can be admired, but they almost always get forgotten. It is the imperfections that are most memorable. Not because there were mistakes, but because they have the uniqueness of the human soul. Art emerged from a lived experience of a human through relationships, through human limitations, through the fragile and temporary nature of being a human. We love because time is limited. We forgive because we ourselves make mistakes. We create because we can't fully express what we experience. Human imperfections are not obstacles. They are the very conditions that bring us meaning. Life has a curious way of showing us where our identity has settled. When a career ends, when a relationship changes or ends. As our bodies grow older, our beliefs also evolve. Every time something changes, we briefly feel our identity disappear. And these are the exact moments when we discover that what was lost was never the one who was aware of the experience. It was just another story ready to be told. Instead of asking whether machines will replace us, we can ask a deeper question. If everything that can be measured and improved and eventually imitated belongs to the changing world, then what is always present through every change you've ever experienced? Before the next thought appears, there's already an awareness that knows the thought is coming. That awareness is present in every moment of life. It has watched your personality develop. It was aware when opinions changed. It was there during successes and failures. It was there when you experienced joy. And it never left when there were losses. The more I questioned AI, the less interested I became in machines and more interested in the assumption that I had about myself. Perhaps the greatest invention in human history is not here to teach us what machines can become. They're giving us an opportunity to rediscover what we have forgotten about ourselves. Our capacity to experience, to love, to wonder, to create meaning from an imperfect life, and to recognize ourselves in one another. Every time humanity has been relieved of a burden, we no longer had to spend every waking hour searching for food and surviving. When knowledge became rightly accessible, we explored science, philosophy, and art. When we create more space, we go deeper into the discovery of our true nature. If more of the repetitive tasks of life eventually get taken over by technology, what will we choose to do with the attention that is returned to us? Will we start to explore parts of ourselves that we buried under all of the noise? Some of humanity's deepest questions have stayed unanswered. What is consciousness? What is awareness? Why do we exist? What is the nature of reality? What remains after every identity and every role and every accomplishment is dissolved? These questions have never been answered by efficiency. These questions require our presence more than our productivity and precision. I feel the real potential of being human has never been exhausted because we've spent so much of our history occupied by survival and production. If we can hand that aspect to our inventions, we may discover that an entirely different dimension of reality is waiting to be explored. AI is just creating the conditions for us to rediscover this immeasurable depth of ourselves. So maybe the last human question isn't whether artificial intelligence will change our future. Maybe this is an opportunity for us to ask the oldest question of all. What exactly is that we call I? I thank you all for being with me during this transmission. I thank you all for being with me through this transmission. If you like what I shared, please like, share, and subscribe. In gratitude, peace, and love, I thank you for your support. Namaste.